What's going on, guys? Welcome to an amazing live stream because I am so happy. I just finished my last UFC 287 prediction video. Rob Font versus Adrian Yanez. Ready to go. It's processing via YouTube now. That's why I scheduled the stream and then I was about to jump on, but then I said, let me make this thumbnail real quick. And I'm going to release it at some point during this stream. But I'm happy. I've done all the notable fights. Rob Font, Adrian Yanez, Santiago Ponzinibbio, Kevin Holland, Gilbert Burns, Jorge Masvidal, Pereira Adesanya 2, Rosas Jr. versus Rodriguez, Curtis Gastelum, Meerschaert versus Pfeiffer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 prediction videos. Full breakdowns. Not just 1 minute. 1 minute. Not just a 1 minute quick prediction. I could do those and just do a full card. I really like getting into it and talking the resumes and kind of breaking it down in a more in-depth fashion. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Because that's what I've done. That's what I've now done. And I couldn't be happier. I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I feel like YouTube, MMA YouTube had its foot on my neck. And now I'm finally done. You don't know how relieved I am. Because I just want to get them done. But it has to be like the perfect circumstances to get them done. You know, I planned to do some on Friday. I didn't get any done on Friday. I was busy all day Friday. And then by the time I, could do anything, I was tired. I think I might have jumped on stream Friday. Saturday, I planned on doing it. And what did I end up doing on Saturday? I can't remember. Oh, I ended up having to do some stuff I didn't know I was going to have to do. And I didn't do anything really on Saturday. And then yesterday, I'm trying to think. Yesterday was Monday. Sunday, I ended up doing a bunch of stuff on Sunday. But I got some done that night. I think I even released one on Sunday night. And now I've just released a bunch of... I don't even remember which ones I did when. But I'm very happy that they are done. So I'm in a great mood. I'm a little bit tired, but not particularly tired. I mean, it's early as hell right now. It's early as hell. This could be a legendary stream. This could be a top tier stream today. Because I'm so relieved I got all those videos done. It's early. I got the Rob Font, Adrian Yanez just waiting in the bank to be released. It's early. It's not even 11 o'clock yet. I couldn't be in a better mood. And there's a bunch of MMA news to discuss. We'll break down UFC 287. We can go over all my predictions. We can talk about Joe Martinez and make some noise if you are ready. And farting out of the red corner and farting out of the blue corner, as Joe Martinez would say. Yeah. Whatever you guys want to discuss. I seen Poirier was talking about, he's fighting Gaethje next or whatever. So we can talk. I put that in the title. What the hell is this? And whatever else you guys want to discuss. I'm sure there might have been other news that I've missed. We did a stream last night, I think for an hour and a half. And I went to bed about 1 a.m. last night. And now I'm back again. I hope you guys have been enjoying those prediction videos. And I've enjoyed doing them. I did Gilbert Burns. Which ones did I do last night? I don't remember. I think I did Pereira. Adesanya last night. And Gilbert Burns versus Jorge. Let me check on my phone. I don't remember. Yeah, I think I released Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira 2 prediction yesterday night. It's been out for 1 day. So I did those 2 yesterday. The night before, I did 3. I don't know. Anyway, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. How many subscribers we got now? Let's take a look. 8,318 subscribers. Appreciate every single one of you. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Make sure you double check that you are subscribed. Throw questions in the chat, but most importantly, don't forget to like this stream. What is up, Niles? What is up, Fries? I'm glad you were making some noise. What is up, JJ Smoke? Oh, Archie, if Izzy wins, will you binge watch the Death Note? I don't even know what that is, so I can't tell you, but no. What's up, Joey? What is up, Fight Life Nation? I hope you are doing well. I hope you're doing well. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back. Yeah, we did a stream for an hour and 34 minutes yesterday. We might go 2 hours tonight. We'll see how it goes. Saturday. I'm trying to remember on Saturday. Did I do any predictions? I don't think I did. I think I was too tired. But I did. No, this was Friday into Saturday. Okay. I'm looking at this 4-hour stream I did a couple days ago. And I'm like, what the hell? I don't even remember this stuff. But what's going on, Niles? What's up, Fight Life? You are very well spoken, Joey. I enjoy the breakdowns. Thank you, Niles. Thank you. Farting out of the blue corner. Andy Basura. I've never said your last name on stream. Is that how you pronounce it? Basura? It's just so easy to say Andy. Andy. Yeah. So, I don't know if I said that right. Thoughts on Almeida Rosenstrike now being a main event? I'm not a big fan. I mean, I don't think that's main event worthy, but to be quite honest, it's about as good as Johnny Walker, Anthony Smith. Like, I think some people, I think I seen some people up in arms like, why'd they switch this main event? And I get it. It's kind of like random, but I think they're about the same level main event. I would probably look forward to Smith versus Walker a little bit more. But my guess is, because I think this is going to be like an ABC card, if I'm not mistaken, my guess is, to the casuals, heavyweights are more interesting. To the casuals. So that's why people who are casuals just want to see the largest men possible fighting each other. You know? Let me real quick go put in my predictions for Font versus Yanez. I don't forget. Boom, boom, boom. 3 days to go. 3 days, 19 hours, and 23 seconds until the broadcast, the UFC broadcast starts for UFC 287. Thoughts? Okay, read that. Yeah, but I don't really care one way or another. I think both fights were about equal. What's good, Joey? What's up, Daniel Salvatierra? I hope you're making some noise. Thank you for becoming a member, man. I appreciate your support. Anybody else wants to become a member, link is in the description. It's $3. You get a bunch of extra benefits. I hope you have been enjoying the Discord. Let me know. Hey, Joey, just joined. Alex versus Izzy prediction. I'm picking Izzy by second round TKO. Crazy. I break it down in my prediction video. I think Pereira's going to come out a little bit more aggressive in this fight. I think he's super confident. And I think Adesanya has clipped him so many times. And I think this time is going to be the time he puts him away. Joey, thanks for going live. Today's my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Jungle Mania. I'm glad you're here on your birthday. What fight are you most excited to see on Saturday? It has to be the main event. If it's not the main event, it's got to be... Honestly... I think Kelvin Gastelum and Chris Curtis is an amazing matchup. That will be super exciting. And I think Rob Font, Adrian Yanez is being massively overlooked. I'll probably say Font versus Yanez would be my second most anticipated fight. But Burns and Masvidal is up there as well. I have complete faith in the Font, honestly. If he puts it on Yanez like he did Vera, it's done. Vera can't get hurt, and Yanez can. That is true. Did you see BKFC rejecting Ngannou for asking for too much money? Every day that goes by, his relevance gets less and less. I feel like he made a huge mistake leaving the UFC. I did see that. I'm going to make a video about this probably in the next couple weeks, but I got to wait. I want to see more information. I don't think that BKFC has the money to pay Ngannou, even what he would have got from the UFC. I don't think BKFC has that type of bankroll. Also, as far as the thing, he made a huge mistake. He wanted to get free from the organization. And he got free from the organization. People were acting like, Francis Ngannou's going to go broke. He's not going to go broke. He's never going to be poor. Maybe is the MMA community thinking about him less and less? Maybe. The second he signs a fight with boxing, all of you guys will be in here asking questions about it. And I won't care one bit about it at all. But the second he signs the fight somewhere, people will care once again. He's the heavyweight champion. But, he wanted to get out of the UFC. He didn't want to sign a new contract with the UFC. And he got out. He fought hard, and it's tough to get out of a UFC contract, and he did it. So, for me, I don't think he cares, and I doubt it will ever be a mistake. People will push that narrative, but unless he goes flat broke, I don't think it will ever be a mistake, because Max, I think he had 2 or 3 more fights in the UFC. Getting up there in age, you have John Jones coming, you have some of the, younger up-and-coming guys like Tom Aspinall and, whoever else I can't think of off the top of my head, but I think Curtis Blades could eventually get him. He's getting up there in age. I know heavyweight, you can stick around for a lot longer, but I don't think he was going to sit around and I don't think he was going to fight 6, 7 more times in the UFC. So at the end of the day, if he gets one boxing match and makes $10 million, he's good. He would have made what he would have made in 3 or 4 more UFC fights, to be quite honest. So I'm just disappointed for us fans that never got to see the Ngannou-Jones fight. Joe Martinez really thought we weren't going to notice him saying farting out of the blue corner. I know. I still want to see Biggie Boy Lewis. I think that makes a lot of sense. Well, it's not about which one is main event. I just wanted to see both on one card. Are they not both on the same card still? I thought they were on the same card still. Am I mistaken? Did I miss something? I thought Anthony Smith, Johnny Walker was the co-main. I thought so. Jorge or Burns? Gilbert Burns by decision. Font getting whooped. We'll see. He's taken a lot of damage in his last 2 fights. How hyped are you for UFC 287 compared to UFC 285? About the same. I would say. Well, second TKO. Yeah, we'll see. Hey, Joey, what's up? How can his relevancy go down if he doesn't care about the money and fame? I guess his relevancy can still go down, but yeah, people are acting like he's going to be a panhandler soon. That's what I don't get, Like, I would quit a $100,000 a year job to do YouTube full time for like $40,000 a year. Okay, does that mean I made a mistake? No, that doesn't. That's the best comparison I could give. People will watch Ngannou's next fight most likely next year, but after he will be extremely irrelevant. Yeah, if he gets a big boxing match, he's going to get smashed by any elite boxer, and then you can start saying he's irrelevant. He's not getting any boxing offer, those. None of the big names are interested. He will fight a nobody and make like $1 million. UFC offered him $8 million. You don't know what the UFC offered him, and you don't know if he's getting any offers. So this is basically just hearsay. We don't know any of that. You trust in Dana White for your information? Is that where you're getting that information? But, fair enough. I get what you're saying. It's just, I can't make a solid determination without facts. We're just basing it off Dana White claiming one thing and this and that, and we don't know if he's getting any boxing offers. He may have something in the works right now. I'm not saying he does. Even if what if he just decides to retire? What if he never boxes and never fights an MMA fight? People will still say he made a mistake. If he decides, you know what, I don't want to fight or box anymore. People will still say he made a mistake and say, oh, he should have re-signed with the UFC. And I think what it is I think it's a lot of Dana White and UFC simps that are just pissed at Ngannou for not re-signing. And so now all of a sudden they want to warp it into like a super bad situation. We need Derek Lewis versus Chris Barnett. That'd be a fun fight. So is Smith Walker canceled? Not as far as I know. I thought they were both on the same card. I think they're both on the same card. I don't know. I'm looking at Topology right now. That's not a guarantee, but as far as I know, they are still on the same card. Main and co-main. Main, yeah, main and co-main is what I'm saying. But I don't think it was having the biggest men headline because the UFC was trying to get Merab versus Umar to headline. Yeah, but they didn't get that fight. That would have been a big fight. But since they couldn't get that, they're like, okay, let's put the heavyweights on top because it's more interesting to a casual fan than Anthony Smith versus Johnny Walker. I feel like Masvidal will retire if he loses. He may very well. He may very well. I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt he'll stop participating in combat sports. He'll box or some dumb shit. Didn't Ngannou confirm on the Ariel Helwani interview that he was offered $8 million for the Jones fight? I don't remember. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm forgetting. So it could be, could not be. And I'll have to look into it before I obviously make a video, so I'm as maximally informed as possible. But I remember him saying, look, the UFC, I told the UFC I'll sign a one-fight deal to fight John Jones. But I'm not, he didn't want to sign up for another super restrictive contract. So at the end of the day, he got what he wants. People, just don't get it. Is he going to be panhandling? Is he going to be hurting for money? Is he not going to get a big paycheck in his next thing? He may not get what he wants. Let's say he gets exactly what the UFC offers him, right? He's a free man. He can do what he wants. Let's say he gets half of the UFC, what the UFC offering him. He's a free man. He can do what he wants. Again, I would quit a $100,000 a year salary job for $40,000 working full-time on YouTube, okay? You have to think about it. It's more than just money, okay? It's more than just money. Just like I'm sure, if you had a shitty boss and a shitty job and you made, whatever you may make, used a $100,000 a year number, and you're like, oh, I can take this less shitty job for $80,000. I'm going to take this less shitty job because I don't have a shit boss here. So, at the end of the day, if he got away from what he thought was, bullshit, it can be just the principle of things, it could just be the straight up principle of it. So, I don't know. I'll definitely do, brush up on the interviews and all the information because it's kind of faded away. I mean, it's been 3 months since we've really talked about that. But at the end of the day, I don't think there's anything. I think he could never fight again. And it still wouldn't be a mistake, in my opinion. Joe, you can be mean sometimes, but your top 3 YouTubers, I'm glad you read the chat thoroughly. Appreciate you, Alazar. Biggie Boy would starch Lewis is a dead corpse at this point. Yeah, I think Biggie Boy would sleep Derek Lewis, honestly. Joey, I think your take on Francis' issue is the most logical I've heard. Yeah, there's a lot of Dana White UFC simps, WME zombies, that are just going to continue to push that narrative no matter what. That's what the UFC wants you to think. That's what they want the public narrative to be. Because at the end of the day, they don't want anyone else doing what Francis Ngannou did because it's not good for business. It's not good for the UFC. It's not good for the fans. It's not good for anyone except the person who's getting free of their contract because the contracts are super restrictive. And the UFC wants to disincentivize that as much as possible. That's why the UFC cut ties with him. It didn't even say, okay, we're going to look at offers to possibly match something. So, yeah. I just tuned in, and who do you think I'd taken the win for the main event this weekend? Who do I think you're taking the win? I have no idea. But I'm taking Israel Adesanya via TKO. Who do I think you're taking? I'm going to say you're taking Israel Adesanya too. If that's what you're asking, I'm just going to answer that one. I'm just reading the writing on the wall. He's not getting 20, 30 million boxing payday. That's a pipe dream. Has he ever said he wanted 20, 30 million? I haven't heard that coming. I'm not a Dana White simp. Ngannou is not a draw at that level. Nobody said that he is. My understanding is he wanted out of a restrictive contract. He got out of a restrictive contract, and he didn't want to re-sign to a restrictive contract. He will still make plenty of money elsewhere, probably fighting lesser competition. I don't see how that's a loss. If he ends up panhandling on the side of the road, if he can never get a fight again, and he ends up dirt poor, broke, back in the sand mines, shoveling sand, we can rehab this conversation. There is no evidence to support it's a mistake at this point. As soon as it is, I'll be the first to tell you. I'll make a video about it. What's up, Joey? I think Jan versus Cheeto makes sense. I agree. I agree 100%. Does Masvidal have a chance against Burns? Yes, he does. He's being massively underrated. Yeah, Masvidal had his run already. I think he's beatable whenever he goes, wherever he goes. Yeah, I agree. What's up, Air Mambo? What's going on? I don't even think Lewis trains. I don't think Lewis ever trained. You said anymore. I don't think he ever trained. You made that bag the other night. Nicely done. Oh, you're talking about on the 2-year stream? Yeah. Yes. I appreciate your guys' support. I appreciate all the donations that help support the channel. Did you ever make a Jones and Ngannou prediction? I was going with John Jones all the way. I have videos where I give my early prediction. I never made like a full breakdown at prediction. But long before he starts Cyril Gane, I was going John Jones every time. I never picked Francis Ngannou ever. Alex KOs Izzy in the second round. We'll see. Just a question. What are some of the examples of restrictions on UFC contract? So what the UFC will do, and this is known, this is open information, public information, the UFC will sign a fighter to a 6-8 fight deal. Anytime that they lose, or basically any time in general, but mainly if they lose, they can cut that fighter from the organization. But the UFC fighter signs these long deals because the UFC doesn't like doing short-term deals. Because what happens is you have a situation where a fighter can blow up, and now they have to fight 3 or 4 more deals, four more fights before getting a new deal. So a fighter will blow up, become a big star, and then they're stuck on this long contract. Also, the UFC doesn't like to let fighters fight out their contract. So what happens is when they get down to 2-fight deal, the UFC tries to offer them a contract extension if they obviously want to extend them. And if they turn it down, what they'll do is they'll try to give them the least favorable matchups at the worst possible times to get them to turn down the fight so then they can automatically extend their contract. Then, in the event they do actually fight out their deal and they fight their last fight on their contract, and it's a championship fight, they are automatically extended for 3 fights or 1 year. Then, if they wait that period or they fight those 3 fights, they are then stuck in an exclusive negotiating period where they can only talk to the UFC regarding a new contract. After that period is over, which is usually 3 to 6 months, then there is an exclusive match period, and that's usually like a year, I think, or something along those lines, where basically if they fight out their contract, they wait the year, they wait the exclusive negotiating period, now they can go talk to other companies. If they get a deal they like from another company, they have to then bring that deal back to the UFC, show the UFC that deal, and the UFC can say, we'll take that deal, and now you're re-signed. That actually happened with Gilbert Melendez years ago. Gilbert Melendez fought out his contract. He was a top lightweight. He signed a massive deal with Bellator, and then the UFC decided to match and kept him in the UFC. So it's super restrictive, and they sign them specifically in these long deals so that they can essentially make the maximum money because they're hoping that they kind of elevate them through those couple fights, and then now they're back on, rookie money per se when they should be making significantly more money, if that makes sense. And then when they get down to 2 or 3 fights, they want to re-sign him to a contract extension. That's why they were pissed at Nate Diaz too. That's why they were pissed at Nate Diaz, because Nate Diaz wanted to fight out his deal. So that's why they wanted to feed him the Khamzat Chimaev. Hot take: Font would beat Yan in a boxing only fight. I disagree. I don't know what this means. What's your opinion? I don't know who that is. One of the earliest videos on the channel is about John Jones versus Ngannou. Yeah, it's actually about Dana White pretending that John Jones was scared of Ngannou. So, keep dreaming. Okay, I'm going with Pereira 3rd round KO, and I picked Alex in the first fight. So don't think I'm some bandwagon. Fair enough. How crazy would it be if Pereira submits Izzy? That would be the craziest outcome possible. Rear naked choke, Alex Pereira, 2nd round. Could you imagine? Would you put Jan versus Cheeto a main event on a fight night? Main event on a fight night, yes. Yep. It has to be 5 rounds. Damn, that's pretty restrictive, yes. And you have a lot of UFC simps that just take the UFC side and say, oh, boo-hoo for the fighters, you know. It's the same people that get mad at NFL players for going to make more money elsewhere. It's that same crowd, you know. These contracts and these numbers are massive to me, and I can't imagine turning them down because I make shit money, so I'm going to be mad at a person who's getting a big deal. That's essentially what it is. I have a poll up on the channel in the community tab. Who wins at UFC 287? Alex Pereira has gotten 70% of the votes. 70% of the votes. That is jarring to me. That is crazy. How crazy would it already answer that? Very scummy and restrictive. I can see why Ngannou wanted out. So what happened is Ngannou wanted out of his contract for a while, and the UFC, you know, didn't want him fighting out that contract, and that's why they did that interim title fight when Ngannou was ready to fight. They just wanted 1 more month, and basically once he got out, they wanted to lock him down for another massive deal, and he wanted to sign a shorter deal. I heard him say this in an interview. He specifically wanted a shorter deal, and they weren't willing to do it. They just weren't willing to do it. And they also can't show up in other promotions. They can corner in other promotions, but there's definitely some things. Did you see the first embedded? I have not. Jorge pointed a gun at the cameraman and was doing Scarface line. He's trying way too hard. Jorge has had the biggest character fall off I've ever seen. I don't even see how anybody likes Jorge Masvidal anymore. Dude's a straight up cornball. He's a wannabe politician. He doesn't win any fights. He's begging for undeserved title shot after undeserved title shot. And it's the definition of money and fame changes people. That Ben Askren flying knee KO changed his life. And now he became the most annoying fighter on the roster. And a wannabe like Conor McGregor, basically wannabe Conor McGregor, Family Dollar Conor McGregor. And thinks he's the shit, and it blew up in his head. And Jorge Masvidal was one of my favorite fighters at one point in time. One of my favorite fighters at one point in time. And I can safely say that I do not like him at all. And I think the majority of the fan base does not like Jorge Masvidal anymore. He's just a cornball. He's a wannabe gangster, you know, who is just, most entitled I've ever seen. And but he relies on that flying knee KO to drive his star power. He hasn't won any fights in the last 3 years. He hasn't won a fight since 2019. The last time Jorge Masvidal won a fight, there was no such thing as a pandemic. Well, I guess there was, but you get my point. Alex Pereira by Boston Crab. That'd be pretty crazy. Alex Pereira by Boston Crab. Is anyone stepping in for Li Jingliang? No. Not as far as I know. Joey got you up on the TV again. I'm sick, but I'd be better to watch UFC 287 because I have to go to a bar to watch it. I can't buy it at home. Why can't you buy it at home? Why are your parents being so cheap, Jack? Huh? Why aren't you going out to cut grass? Buy it at home if you're sick. Lay in bed and watch it. It's much more enjoyable, in my opinion. I used to go out and watch a lot of cards. I hated it. I bought every single pay-per-view, I think, since 2018. What would you rather see, Khamzat versus Usman at 170 or Khamzat versus Whitaker at 185? Probably Khamzat Whitaker. I don't know. Usman's kind of lost its luster now that he lost to Leon. Oh, that means Izzy wins? Okay. I don't really fully blame for the UFC for the long deal. If you had a biz, you wouldn't want your contractors just leaving after they blow up in your organization. No, I kind of get it. I see both sides. Joey, I got you on the TV. Okay, I read that already. Is anyone stepping in? Read that already. Did you see Jorge says he's going to quit? Say he was going to quit, which means he retires if he loses, he said. Yes, I did see people. Oh, I forgot I had a lid on this still. Was UFC 229 the biggest pay-per-view of all time? I believe so. He tattooed that flying knee on his body. That's how much it means to him in his career. Yeah, it changed his life. I'm still super upset. He's still trying to hold on to that hairline of his, Jorge. That's funny. I usually make my picks and who's going to win after the press conference. You can tell a lot by their demeanor and where their head's at. Fair enough. After seeing the lack of improvements in Rose and Usman in the last 2 years, is it time to admit Trevor has lost it as a top coach? I mean, I think that's a little bit premature. I mean, Rose looked good in that second Weili fight. She looked garbage in that Carla Esparza fight. Ew, I don't even want to think about it. Dustin is a dog, and I'm a big fan, but I think he's a little scared to fight Gaethje. He doesn't want to risk the title hopes versus Gaethje. Gaethje seems down, but Dustin keeps saying we'll see. I think it'll happen. It's going to happen, dude. I got to admit, I like Jorge. He has great striking, just garbage clinch and jiu-jitsu game. I mean, I like Jorge as a fighter, but that's where it ends. And I just don't want him to win anymore because I don't want him getting undeserved title shots. Just doesn't make sense. I usually make my picks who's going to win it. Okay, read that. He tattooed that flying knee on his body. That's how much it means to him. Yeah, it's an embarrassment. LMFAO, I only got $40 right now. We'll see if I can give my dad. If I can give my dad 40 of it, and see if my dad can pay for the other half. If not, if I'm not better than them, get out there and cut that grass. Get out there and weed eat. Yeah, I guess you're sick, so you can't be. Jorge fumbled the money once he let it be known what his political stance was. Should have never added a political element. I don't know. I don't know if that's really affected him. Most people don't feel like pay attention to him. I just hate that he's ducking fights and blaming politics. It's so annoying. You must have huge balls betting on Pereira. He is not a safe pick if Izzy wins. They're 2-2. Agreed. What happens at middleweight if Alex wins and vacates and moves up to light heavyweight? Unfortunately, it'll probably be Adesanya versus Khamzat for the vacant belt. You really think he's a wannabe gangster? You don't think he has real respect from real gangsters in Miami? Probably not. You know, maybe at one point in time, but nah. Trevor Whitman's always been overrated. Okay. When they say Dustin is on the desk for 287, will be a live commentator. I don't know. I haven't even read anything. I've been like not really paying attention to any of the news lately. If it wasn't like massive news, I really didn't delve into any of it. It's crazy to me. There was a couple people commenting on my video saying Alex Pereira is the better striker than Israel Adesanya. You guys didn't watch those fights. If you believe that, if you believe that Alex Pereira is the better striker than Israel Adesanya, they're very close. They're very close, but by no means is Alex Pereira better. If anyone is the better striker, it's Israel Adesanya. And if you disagree with that, you didn't watch the other fights. And I think you're straight up delusional. And honestly, anyone that says that, I'm officially going to label them an Izzy hater. Because Izzy won the majority of the striking exchanges throughout 3 fights. 2 kickboxing, purely striking, and 1 in MMA. To act as if Pereira is the better striker, and I've been getting a couple comments like that. I just think that's so. I haven't even responded because I just think it's so delusional. Why hasn't Burns fought Colby? Colby doesn't want to fight anyone, dude. He's just hiding from everyone. Dude, if Piotr Jan could speak better English, it would be so interesting to listen to. Okay. It's pretty impossible to enjoy UFC events at the bar. Too many people overreacting, yeah, and too many cornballs. Jack, don't be ridiculous. What's your cash app? Yeah, Sammy's going to send you the other 40, dude. Who you got, Michelle Pereira or Wonderboy? I'm taking Wonderboy. Easy win for Wonderboy. Usman needs to take time. Maybe he can fight on an Abu Dhabi card and winnable fight. Yeah, maybe he fights Sean Brady. I think that makes sense. Dustin will be doing what Anthony Smith, Karen Bryan, and Rashad. Okay, so he'll just be like on the analyst desk. There's too much free streams for people to be buying the pay-per-views. For me, I don't think it's worth it. For the reliability issue. That's why I never, ever, 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 ever dealt with a stream ever. They might as well give Dustin another title shot like Colby, both former interims, both 0-2 in title fights, and both on 1 fight winning streaks. Now I want to see Dustin and Justin fight. Said Alex won the striking the last fight and would have won a decision. Okay, that's delusional, but I don't know. I guess some people drink and watch the fights, and maybe they don't watch them again. That's the only thing I can guess. I mean, I've got a couple people saying that, so there's a lot of people who apparently think that. I think they just hate Izzy. They just can't give Izzy any credit. Alex has the nuke. That's all he needs, exactly. But he's a very technical striker himself. It's just people acting like he's significantly better than Adesanya. The striking is delusional. If Usman had beaten Leon at 278 and Hamzat couldn't make weight at 170, who would Usman have fought by now if he was still the champ? That's a very interesting question. That is a very interesting question. It'd probably be Shavkat, to be quite honest. Maybe they give Colby the trilogy just because Dana likes to deride him. Facts, that's so real. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but yeah, appreciate it. Let's run up the likes. Yeah, guys, if you could like the stream, I would very, 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 very much appreciate it. It helps the channel. It helps the channel. It helps the channel. It helps the channel. I'm going to go look at this community tab one more time. 70% are picking Alex Pereira. I think that's craziness. I think that is absolute craziness. But it may very well happen. Also, double check and make sure you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe. We're trying to get to 10K, and for some reason, it's taking forever. But yeah, run up the likes. How do we got 63 people in here? We got 25 likes. Come on, guys. We can do better than that. I think Gaethje makes sense for Dustin. The fact that Justin's submission grappling is next to non-existent, and this Diamond knows if he can get to the ground, he can sub Gaethje without question. Yeah, but I think it's going to be primarily striking. But he might shoot. He might mix it in. It's probably smart for him to mix it in. I think it'd be very smart for him to mix it in. Oops. Time. Ooh, it's completely processed. It's time to release my last UFC 287 prediction. Boom, boom. I just released Rob Font, Adrian Yanez prediction video for 287. Make sure you go check it out after this stream. Make sure you check it out after this stream. I just released it. It's my last one. Let me go make sure everything is on my playlist. Let me go make sure everything is on the playlist. It is not. Save to playlist, UFC 287. Let's go YouTube Studio, content, playlist, 287. Let's arrange it by bout order. Pereira, Burns, Ponzinibbio, Rosas Jr., Curtis, Pfeiffer. Okay, boom. Arrange it by bout order. There we go. I'm happy. Got them all done now. All done. I couldn't be happier. That's a lot. Let's see how much content I've put out now for UFC 287 in general. 23 minutes for the main event prediction, 17 minutes for the co-main, 14 minutes for the Yanez prediction, 13 minutes for the Ponzinibbio Holland prediction, 12 minutes for Raul Rosas Jr., 14 minutes for Curtis versus Gastelum, and 11 minutes for Meerschaert versus Joseph Pfeiffer. That is a grand total of 1 hour and 44 minutes just being on video. Just being on video, an hour and 44 minutes. That's wild. Of just being on camera. An hour and 44 minutes. That's crazy to me. Okay, where are we at? Who has a better chance of winning? Jorge over Burns or Ponzinibbio over Holland? Probably Jorge over Burns, honestly. Alex is just heavier and he knows how to use it, but Israel is the more strategic one. Agreed. Joey, I almost didn't get to see it at the bar for 285. I got there during the Cody fight. For other events, I usually get there during the first main card fight, but all the casuals were taking up the seats. That is terrifying. When you get older, Jack, and you get a job, are you just going to order all the pay-per-views, you think? Let's say Holloway beats Allen. Who do you give next, and what would he need to get another title shot if Volk stays around? He's never getting another title shot as long as Volk stays around. And if Holloway beats Allen, I don't know who they match him up with next. Probably someone who else is who is nowhere close to a title shot. I'm ready for the weekend. I'm super excited as well. I'm looking forward to just relaxing the next couple of days and just being excited and do some streams. And, yeah, it's going to be a good time. Alex has won 2 rounds against Izzy over the course of 3 fights. Legit. Exactly. If Gilbert didn't lay on the ground for a whole round after rocking Usman, do you think he would have been able to win? Yes, he would. That was a massive mistake. Should have just got up. But easier said than done. Prediction for who's headlining the May 20th fight night. I have no idea. I'm going to say Jan versus Chito Vera. 70% of people sound like casuals then? Yeah, I guess so. Now, same question with Izzy. If he had beaten Alex at 281 and survived the 5th round, who would have Izzy fought by now if he was still the champ? Hamzat? I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't know who they would have gave him. I don't know who they would have gave. It might have been Robert Whittaker trilogy. Or Dricus du Plessis. Which is crazy. Just drop mine for you. Appreciate it. Do you claim the cost of pay-per-view on taxes? I have not up until this point. Because I just haven't made enough money to really use it as a tax write-off. It just, wasn't worth the trouble of figuring it out. But I will this year. I will this as in next year for this year. Thoughts on MMA Guru? He's been speaking very kindly of you. What did he say about me? John, it's just awfully funny. I've never seen your name before. You pop in here to say something like that. But if he is speaking very kindly of me, I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. And, yeah, that's it. That's all. That's the only thoughts I have. But I don't know that to be true. And I doubt very highly that is true. But appreciate it nonetheless. Is he better win this? I don't know if he will. We'll see. I think he does. But Alex hasn't outstriked Izzy in any of their fights. And chances of Izzy getting robbed or low. Chance of Izzy getting subbed is low. And what are the chances Izzy gets KO'd again in the last minute? That's my thought processes. That's my thought process. You said you could see Jorge winning round 1 this weekend. In that case, could you see some weird reality where he wins by split decision, all things considered? Yes. I could see a robbery decision win for Jorge Masvidal, and then the entire fight game's ruined. I missed 2018. Fair enough. I can't believe how fast time is flying. 287 is the weekend. Is this weekend? And so is Easter. I forgot about that. And I'll have my driver's permit next week. That is crazy. I didn't even realize Easter was this Sunday. I forgot. But yeah, I mean, that's insanity. Remember when they announced 287? Remember when they announced 287 and it was like, oh yeah, Dana White has the massive announcement. Kelvin going to need another dental surgery after this fight, probably. It's crazy being up so many rounds on Alex. How Izzy's 0-3. Yeah, one of those don't count. It's really 2-1. Or it's really 1-2 for Izzy. 2-1 for Alex. How does John do against both Yanez and Font? He beats them both and outstrikes them both. And even out grapples Font, I think. And Yanez probably. I can see Jorge winning or retirement. What better to retire in your hometown? Maybe. Joey, your prediction videos are about 15 minutes, and how long do you take to record, edit, and post all that? A lot of time. A lot of time, because I mean, making the tails of the tape, making the weigh-in photos, making the side-by-sides, that takes more time than you think, because I have to hunt down high-quality images. Then I got to make the side-by-sides. Then I put it all into my editing software. Then I have to record the video, and a lot of the times, my nose is itching now. A lot of the times, I'll mess up a couple times in the beginning of the video where I'll just, say something completely, messed up in, the first 2 minutes, and I'll just restart. And then usually it doesn't happen too many times. But sometimes I'll get in, a bad funk where my nose is itching. And so I'm just like, I'm not editing this out. I want to do it in one take. Occasionally I have a small edit in there somewhere where I edit something out. But for the most part, it's just my nose itching, my mustache tickling my nose, and I have to itch it. And so I'll just restart. But sometimes I've gotten 3 minutes in and my nose will itch and I'll itch it and I'll be like, okay, I got to just edit that out. But then a minute later, my nose will itch again. And then I'm 7 minutes in and I'm like, all right, I'm restarting now. Then you have to account for all the research that I do to make the prediction video, which is watching a couple of previous fights at least, bare minimum. I would say on average, and then you have to edit it, make a thumbnail, upload it, export it out of the editing software, write the title, description, tags. I would say bare minimum, if I get a video out speed fast for a prediction, I would say an hour and 15 minutes. But something like Adesanya versus Pereira, that probably took me 3 hours total with everything I did, throwing some images in there and whatnot. Have you ever talked so much about MMA while staring at the camera that you had to eventually turn it off and take a break? Yes. The other night when I did 3 prediction videos, I think it was Sunday night, I wanted to do a 4th. And I was awake enough to do a 4th. I just couldn't do it. And I felt like if I did it, it wasn't going to be the quality that I wanted, because I was demoralized almost in a way, because I just been recording and recording and recording. And then what I would do is record it. Then I do all the edits on the video. Then I upload it. Then I go to the next video. And so we're talking, I was 4 or 5 hours deep. And it was 3:30 a.m. and I wanted to do another one badly, but then I said, you know what? I'll just have to push one till Tuesday. And I did. But yeah, I've talked about MMA too much where I've just been like, you know what? I'm done here. I'm done here. I'm out of here. Adios. Skang Biscuit, thank you for the gifted of 1 membership. Even though I do not like who got it, to be quite honest. So, yeah. I don't know. Appreciate you. Have you ever read that? Because of the crazy power advantage that Izzy doesn't have big enough moments, just a steady output, and Alex puts him on the back foot the whole fight? Yeah. Yeah, once I get the income, I'm ordering the pay-per-views on my computer and having your stream on the side. That's awesome, Jack. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're that much of a fan of the channel. A young, well, how old are you again, Jack? Are you 17, I think? A young 17-year-old Jack fan of the channel with his profile pic as me acting like a fool. What was that from again? What was that even from? Why was I smiling that hard? I don't remember. Let me know in the chat real quick. I'm scrolling down to the bottom. You're 15. Jack is 15. Holy shit. Holy shit. Jack is 15 years old. That's nuts. Dude was literally a newborn baby last time Conor McGregor got a win at lightweight in the UFC. That's crazy. It was when Grasso subbed Shevchenko. Thank you. That's what I wanted to know. That's what I wanted to know. I hope you make thousands of dollars doing this one day. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I'd love to do that. It's just going to be a matter of getting views up, getting donations up, getting memberships up. All three of those things, if they can all do pretty decent, you know, I don't need to make a crazy amount of money off of here. If I make a decent amount, it's a dream job, really. Talking about MMA all day. So we'll see what happens. I think we'll be looking pretty good the end of this year, maybe the end of next year. Where are we at? I'm trying to figure it out. Prediction for Hula headlines, UFC 289 pay-per-view. Let me just sit up in my chair so you guys can really understand the gravity of the situation, okay? Here's what I have for you. In terms of what will be the main event for UFC 289, I'm hearing per sources we are getting Jamal Hill defending his newly acquired light heavyweight title against Magomed Ankalaev as the UFC 289 main event in June. That's what I'm hearing per sources. There you go. Boom. Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that out and then send it to me when it gets announced, okay? That's what I think. Why would Chito Vera headline a month after losing? Because he's headlined like 3 cards in a row. Well, according to Colby Logic, you might as well just give Max another title. Yeah, it's true. No Shot Jackson was gifted a membership. Yeah, that's annoying as hell. I'm actually mad at Skang Biscuit now. Next time, just donate $3 instead. Now that Jackson got a membership, I'm just absolutely livid. Why does Ankalaev get a title shot but not Jan instead of them rematching? Because they need a contender. They need a contender. Joey, I only watch your live streams. I don't really watch your videos, but I've seen all your live streams. Why do you not watch the videos? Do you like the length of your current predictions? Would you like them to be shorter, longer, anything? Would you like to improve them? I haven't really thought about it. I like for them to be no longer than like 16 minutes, ideally like 15. Like I hate when they're super long because people don't want to click on 20-minute videos. But sometimes I just got so much to say. But I don't know. I've debated that back and forth. Some people complain that I talk about the resumes in the beginning. But the whole point of that is I'm kind of setting the scene. Giving details, and I'll go back and revisit those while I'm giving my prediction. And, you know, I don't, it's not like I'm, you know, talking about irrelevant stuff. I don't know. I could cut that out and then just set up the fight and then give my prediction and you know, make it like maybe like 12 or 13 minutes. But I don't know. I like talking about the resumes. There hasn't been a massive outcry of people complaining about talking about the resumes in the beginning. Basically, I mean, you guys have watched the prediction videos. Basically, the layout of the predictions is set up the fight. What does the fight mean? Am I excited for it? What does it mean in the division? What kind of stakes do we have on the line? Then I go to the tail of the tape. Then I talk about fighter A's resume, and I discuss recent fights, recent losses. Then I go to fighter B. I talk about recent fights, recent losses. You know, how many fights did they finish? KO, TKO, submission, stuff like that. Then I go into kind of my thought process behind picking the fight before I actually get into my prediction. And then I give my prediction, and then I give kind of a detailed set of events that I think will happen in the fight, and then I end the video. So, Yeah, that's really the setup. And typically they're 10 to 15 minutes. That's really the goal. Some of them are just, there's so much to discuss. You know, like the Adesanya Pereira one, there was so much to discuss there. It was 23 minutes. But yeah, ideally is about 15 minutes, you know. So I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of complaints, but there is some people that are just like, get to the prediction. But the point is, I'm setting up the entire scene. I'm setting up the entire story. So, and, you know, if they don't like it, they can just skip. I'm sure there's plenty of people that probably skip like, you know, 8 minutes into my videos, my prediction videos, because they know how they're set up. You can easily go and kind of find it if you want. But fair enough. Fair enough. Now, where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Does anyone else remember watching Poirier during the WEC days? Let me tell you, it was a special time. I did not. Joe, are you excited for Blades? Joey, are you excited for Blades versus Pavlovich matchup? Yes, I am. I think that's a fun matchup in the heavyweight division. But I do think Curtis Blades is going to bully him badly in the wrestling. Guru wants to rub on, okay, whisper sweet nothings in your ear, wants to give him pleasure in his wheelchair. Stop. Guru never says anything bad about you, just that you're doing your thing. Yeah, I guess so. Because if he was saying anything bad about me, he gets smacked over the head with a shillelagh and put in a Boston crab and cry like a little bitch. So, yeah. That's what I think's really going on there. The real reason. Dracus Duplessis, your boy, no. 2% of me wants Jorge to win. 0% of me wants Jorge to win. He lost so many split decisions, he won. You talking to me, you booing me. What are you talking about? Crazy how time is going fast for you and you don't even smoke. I feel like days are men nowadays. It's so weird. What's a winnable fight for Usman? Sean Brady. I could see Jorge losing a split. Nobody's lost more splits than him. I could see him winning a split and being a robbery. I have a feeling that Gaslam's going to get a robbery decision just because he puts out more volume and hitting Curtis's forearms. Would not surprise me. Would not surprise me at all. Which should be really, really quite annoying, to be quite honest. Be quite annoying. Ow. How would Strickland versus Ozdemir go? Ozdemir probably had too much power for him. About to rewind and fall asleep. Appreciate you. They should do Usman versus Gilbert 2 later this year, no matter, or Jorge versus Burns outcome. I'd like that. That'd be a fun rematch. LMFAO. Okay. If you were to collect UFC cards, who would it be? I don't know, man. Honestly, I've never thought about it. Maybe Hamza. Maybe just like Piotr Jan, fighters that I really like. Charles Oliveira. How old are you, Joey? Ask me in the Discord. I'll let you know. I've answered it too many times on stream. I don't do it no more. But ask me on Discord. I'll let you know. It was when Grasso subbed. Okay. Damn it. I made Joey with the random Conor McGregor hate. Yeah, Jack was literally swimming around in his dad's nutsack the last time Conor had a lightweight win. You only watch live streams. Why don't you watch the videos as well? I mean, if this sport was more popular when we were in high school, we would have been fans as well. Okay. Slow grind better than no grind. That is true. Now Jack is a mega fan because of the ease of access it is to watch events now. We didn't have that, Joey. Yeah, I guess so. Honestly, I agree with Will. Joey, you should focus on streaming more than rather than videos, in my opinion. Streams do not grow subscribers. Streams do not grow subscribers. Videos grow subscribers. Streams are for the existing people who watch the channel to build the community. That's a banger main event for 289. Mid-main event. That's a dream job to cover the sport. Agreed. Why does Ankalaev get a title shot? I just think because the general consensus is that Ankalaev won and there's nobody else right now. So it's either Jan or Ankalaev. They might give it to Jan if Ankalaev is injured or something. Could Jan be a bad matchup for Hill? How would it go? Jan would be a bad matchup. I don't know who would win. I might even pick Jan in that one, but Jan's getting older, slower. I just think Jan, I mean, Hill's hittable. I think Jan might put him to sleep. Joey, how was your night? I'm driving back home. Can we get 45 more minutes? I'll think about it. I mean, this comment was probably like 10 minutes ago at this point, but probably. You got to let me know, how was Shelly the other night, Derek? How was Shelly? And did you go back and rewatch that stream? Some people like long form comment while they content while they multitask. Yeah, I'm sure there's people that watch this stream back. I'm sure there's people that watch the stream back. I never watched one, but I like seeing that stuff. Well, why haven't you watched any, dude? I feel like Ankalaev versus Hill will take away a sick fight. That would be Hill versus Yuri. Yeah, I agree. It depends when Yuri can come back. Joey, what changes now that the UFC's partner with the WWE? Nothing. Nothing. You do great on those ones, man. Can't please everyone. Appreciate it. I've never watched one yet, but I like seeing the stuff. Well, then watch them. Don't underestimate Hill. He's a beast. That is true. Maybe, I guess, for people impatient, you can bookmark the prediction for them. I don't know. Not hating. I personally like how it is. Yeah, I don't know. If I bookmark it, then it's going to kill my retention time, I think. I don't know. Because retention time and the length that you watch a video is most important to YouTube. The longer if you guys really want to support the channel, the best thing you can do is when you watch a video of mine, watch it from beginning to end. That tells YouTube that it's a good video, and then they recommend it to more people. It's the most important analytic. Boston Crab, damn Joe, you a savage, and that's still my boy. When you asked who versus, I don't know what we're talking about. Do you train martial arts? Was a national champion in Taekwondo. I'm elite in every mixed martial arts, and I wear Venom. Lots of lurkers. Yeah. Always. If you're lurking in the chat, let me know. Let me know right now. I want to know that you're here. Joe, I think Blades needs to be very careful against Pavlovich. Pavlovich is super quick on the feet and could get clipped and KO'd. That is always true. Dude's about as much of a guru as Fabia. That's hilarious, dude. Fabio was just a clown. Connor Insall, here's another fact, Joey. Colby Covington has a win more recent than Nebraska native Marty Usman. Okay. All right. That's literally irrelevant. And he's not from Nebraska, so that is false. Do live streams still hurt the channel, or is it fixed now? I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. Jan got rocked by Glover. Jamal would get the TKO. Yeah, I'm not sure. Should UFC introduce some aspects from WWE like hardcore title? Imagine weapons in the octagon would be epic. Absolutely not. I think it actually hurts the brand. You think Connor's super serious about fighting again? No, dude. I still think he's out getting drunk on a daily basis. And he's still using steroids, and he's not in the USADA pool. So, no, he's not serious about it. It wouldn't shock me. How soon will Michelle Pereira shoot in for a takedown? I'll say second round. I have to make it official. I have to put you in the Boston Crab. You have been warned. Thank you. Thank you for warning me. I will put you in the Boston Crab ASAP. Nobody can put me in the Boston Crab. It's just not possible. It's just not possible. I am immune to the Boston Crab. Joe, besides the Boston Crab, what wrestling move do you most want to see in the octagon? I say Rikishi's stink face. I'm done, dude. Rikishi stink face. That's funny, dude. I'm trying to think of another corny one. I'd like to see a Stone Cold Stunner. I think a Stone Cold Stunner would be fun. Stone Cold Stunner. Could you imagine Michael Chandler just Stone Cold Stunners Conor McGregor? Would be hilarious. Absolutely, positively hilarious. Prediction for pay-per-views for UFC 290. We don't know the card yet, so it's hard to say. Let's say JDM beats Luque and Wonderboy and destroys Michelle Pereira. How would Wonderboy JDM go in 5 rounds? Either Wonderboy gets finished by a big shot or he just beats the piss out of JDM for 5 rounds. I think. Prediction for pay-per-view. Okay, read that. Rosa should change his name to the Ugly Duckling. Okay. And that's the bottom line. Yeah. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, Mario. I appreciate you. Goat, Anthony Martinez, Andrew Zimarpa, 5 more Mins, and Homework was gifted a membership by Mario. Appreciate the gifted memberships, my friend. Appreciate all the support, guys. I really do. All the donations lately have been crazy. Now you guys are gifting memberships. I really do appreciate the support. And I hope you guys who got the membership appreciate it. Eventually, we're gonna finally get one day to 100 members. YouTube added that feature like last year, I believe, where you could gift memberships. Wonderboy hasn't had a finish in ages. He's finished his last fight. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. Joey, who gets more girls? Pizza boy, construction worker. If Alex loses Saturday, you think he will move up to light heavyweight? Probably not. He'll probably have a trilogy. Connor still isn't in the testing pool. What the hell is going on? Will he even fight again? I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced the fight happens at all. I'm not convinced the fight happens at all. But he's got to essentially enter by the beginning of May if he wants to fight in November. By the beginning of November. Because that's the card they're probably going to be aiming for. You think Merab beats Sugar? Yes. Merab easily beats Sugar. Also, if anybody ever wants to donate via PayPal, I have a PayPal link in the description. I know some people have donated via PayPal before, but I always forget to mention it. If anybody ever wants to donate there, I know some people don't like donating through YouTube. I have a PayPal link in the description. UFC Charlotte is on ABC. I wonder why they do not have a big card even with the fight night. I have no idea. No idea. Bryce Mitchell said he signed a bout agreement. Do you think it will be? It's Jonathan Pierce. Wonderboy hasn't had a... Okay, I already read that. His last fight was a finish. There you go. You tell him, Daniel. New member of the channel. You tell him. His last fight was a finish, you idiot. If someone's membership runs out, do you kick them from Discord? No, I do not. It's a lifetime Discord. Unless you act like a clown in Discord, then you get kicked out. But that's whether you have a membership or not. But no, I'm not booting anyone from Discord. What's up, Billy? How many members do you have? It fluctuates quite a bit. But it's under 100, I'll tell you that much. So. But it is what it is. One day we'll get there. Yeah, imagine someone Stone Cold stunner someone. That'd be hilarious. But look at these emojis you get to use in the chat. All great emojis. Look at all those. You get to use those in the chat. What does becoming a member do? You get access to the members Discord where I post a bunch of behind the scenes stuff. You get a loyalty badge next to your name in the chat, so you're more likely to get your question read, which I read most stuff, but when it gets crazy, I can't read everything. You get extra live streams. When I do a bunch of live streams in a week, I private some of them for members only to rewatch. So like a couple live streams throughout the last week and even this week, only members can watch them because I just did a bunch of live streams. There's probably literally like 50 hours, 70 hours of private live streams for members only to watch. And you also get these emojis to use. And I also try to, but I forget it quite a bit because I post it in Discord. I post behind the scenes stuff on the members only community tab as well, which I will get on doing that soon. Let's see membership. Boom. It's mostly been just live streams in the member tabs. I've done members videos before. I did a 2022 recap and 2023 goals, 14-minute video that only members can watch. I have a video of all my MMA memorabilia. I'll post what videos I'm working on. Yeah, I've posted like extra clips from the Chris Curtis interviews on there that weren't necessarily in the actual interview from before we started the interview after the thing. So yeah. Is becoming a member like a monthly membership, or is it a one-time thing? It is $3 a month. It's a monthly thing. It's just a way. It's a way to support the channel, but you also get extra benefits. So if you really enjoy the channel, you want to support the channel, it's an easy way to support the channel for very limited cost, and you get $3 worth of stuff back in return anyway. Yen got rocked by Glover because of the threat of the takedown. Jan versus Hill in a kickboxing match is 50-50. Agreed. You're right. You're right on that one. McGregor looked like a completely different person this day. Dude looks awful. Dude's getting drunk and posting audio clips on Twitter. How many subs would you have to get to do follower-only streams? To do member-only streams? I would probably do that when I had about maybe 150 members, 200 members. I would have to have consistently at least 15 people showing up. I know that sounds like a small number, but for members only streams where there's no like public access to the stream even while it's live, I would have to at least get like 15 to 25 people showing up to them. You have to realize every member is not necessarily going to show up. So even if I have 150 members, I have not almost 9. I'm going on 9,000 subscribers. I got 70 people in chat. It doesn't necessarily work like that. People think it does, but it doesn't. So once I get like 150, 200 members, I'll probably do a couple. I'll probably start another tier, to be quite honest. And then I'll see how many people join that, and I'll do extra members only live streams. I might bring on members as guests in those live streams just for members to watch. Yeah. So that's it. If Potan wins, does the UFC let him try double belt soon? Yes. It wouldn't shock me if they make that fight next, honestly. If he goes right up for Jamal Hill. Today was a very sad day. Why? What happened today? What did I miss? If Jorge KOs Burns, Jorge gonna hit him with the 5 knuckle shuffle? Maybe. What's the latest update on the Masvidal situation? What do you mean? He's fighting on Saturday. I thought Conor already leaked the UFC told him they were going to just do 2 test exemption. That's what he said, but they haven't confirmed that. USADA said that's not happening. So we'll have to see what happens. Imagine Jorge puts Burns in a Kurt Angle lock, then Hokey Pokey Herb in a Boston Crab. Would he win you back then? Probably not. He's just been acting like a clown. 150 members is 140 a month. YouTube takes 30%. I don't think it's 30% on memberships. I think it's like 20% on memberships. But yeah, nonetheless, they take quite a bit. So yeah, I hope to get there one day. We'll see what happens. So if you want to become a member, if you're watching this stream later in the day and you want to become a member, feel free to become a member and support the channel. I mean, $3. Think about what you spend $3 on. Think about what you spend $3 on. You can walk out the door, you spend $3 on a pack of gum. So if you really want, think about it. If I could get, let's see, I'm trying to think what would be the number. Think about how close I would be to doing this full time if I had like 400 members, 500 members. Because, I mean, that'd be crazy. 400 members would essentially be what? it'd be like $1,200 a month, right? I'm trying to think if I'm doing this math right. I'm a little bit tired right now. So let's say I have 500 members. That'd be $1,500 a month. Then you add on ad revenue, donations, stuff like that. And I grow the channel for another year. Yeah, if I can get like 500 members, 400 members in like a year, plus get the views up where I'm getting consistently like 20,000 views a video or something like that, I would get closer and closer and closer. All those revenue streams added together is a way to become full-time on YouTube. You're not just going to make it off ad revenue. You're not going to just make it off donations. You're not going to make it off members. It has to be all three together to make a decent income. From Joey's takes I've seen, he's one of the few unbiased MMA reporters. Seriously, can trust your opinion, views, and narrative. You're Anik uncensored if it comes to post-fight counter narrative reaction. What does that last sentence mean? You're Anik uncensored if it comes to post-fight counter narrative reaction. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Thank you, Justin Mendoza, for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. How much members would you need to start raising the price just a bit, or will it always be $3? The $3 will never go up, but what I will do is you can have multiple tiers. Some people have like 3 tiers. So what I would do is eventually I would start a $5 tier, and I would have extra benefits in that $5 tier. I mean, there could be a chance where I would get rid of the $3 tier and start a new $5 tier and just add extra benefits to it just to have one tier, but I don't think I would do that. I'd probably keep the $3, make a $5 tier, something along those lines. I might even make a $10 tier. I don't know. I can't speak for the future. It all depends what I would be providing for that money. I would never try to charge for something that I didn't think was worth the value, is my point. But thank you nonetheless, Observer Humble. I appreciate the kind words anyway. I just wasn't 100% sure on the last sentence. Who do you think Bryce Mitchell's fighting? Jonathan Pierce. He's fighting Jonathan Pierce, right? Am I saying that right? I think it's Jonathan Pierce. Yeah, it's Jonathan Pierce. He's fighting on 288. That's old news, bro. Prime Anderson Silva versus Prime Pereira. Who would win at middleweight? I probably have to go Pereira. I don't know, though. I don't know. Would you consider doing a Luke Thomas style live chat where you get longer thought out questions and pick the best ones out of the community tab? Anything's possible. I'm down to do anything if it has enough. If it's something that people are asking for. What other benefits would you have for the $5, $10 tier? I don't know yet. That's why they don't exist. Plus, they're just not a need for them right now. But the one benefit would be the members-only live streams. Probably being personally Boston Crabbed. I've thought about like maybe doing like maybe like a monthly like podcast of topics that I don't do videos on. Stuff like that. Early access to videos. You know, maybe you get to see my prediction video a day or two early. I don't know. I have no idea just yet. But yeah, I mean, the main thing I'm thinking of is members live streams and extra videos. I would do extra videos that would only be for members. How much money for the right to run the whole channel? What are you talking about, Daniel? You should open a Boston Crab Jiu-Jitsu Academy. I'm thinking about it right now. For $10, will you come to my home and put me in a Boston Crab? 100%. I want Joey's home address for the $10 tier. Yeah, for the $10 tier, you get my personal phone number, and you can text me anytime, day or night. And I'll be your maintenance guy. I'll put the dude who sounds like a Fed in the chat in a Boston Crab. Yeah, I know, right? Thank you. Yeah, and also I could do like a $5 tier and then make like a $10 tier with like maybe like only a minor extra benefit. And the $10 tier could just be for somebody who really wants to show some extra support for the channel, something like that. You guys also have to think about it. Everything I do on the channel for the most part is 100% free. You guys get to watch all these videos, all the live streams, everything I do on the channel for free. There's no cost to you to watch the channel unless you want to. So like the memberships are really just if you want to, you know, just show that extra support. Not that I'm saying you need to. I appreciate you guys if you watch the videos nonetheless. So you know what I mean? It's not like you're being forced into it. If I start like a $5 tier or a $10 tier, it's not like you're being forced into it. And that's a ways away anyway. But yeah. Something along those lines. Bryce's opinions are wild that they are. He's just a scholar. Absolute scholar. Already read that. Did you ever have any doubts why having your channel? Was there any time you had limited interaction with new people on the channel and you almost gave up or always committed? I was always committed. When I started, I didn't expect 1,000 subscribers for at least 2 years. I thought it would take 2 years to get 1,000 subscribers. So I just hit 2 years and I'm almost at 9,000. I consider that a massive success. You know, I'm happy with it. Could it be better? Of course it could be better. But guess what? I'm a man that lives off motivation. And when I set a goal and I just like, I want to hit this goal, there's nothing that can motivate me more. I'm addicted. I'm like, I got to make these videos. I got to grow this channel. I got to do this. I got to do that. I put more than 40 hours of work into this channel per week. 100% every single week. Maybe even over 60, honestly, hours a week on the channel. I'm committed. I've always been committed. And yeah, I'm always just trying to improve, make better content for you guys to watch. And end of the day, that's it. Do you think Izzy can finish Alex this weekend? Yes, I believe he will finish Alex this weekend, and I believe he'll finish him in the second round. Guys, support this man because he's so honest and patient. Appreciate it. Some people list their members at the beginning or end of the main videos. That could be cool. It could be something like that as well. I do have the members. If you go to my main YouTube channel, like my main profile page on desktop, it shows and thanks the members in a banner at the top, and it shows some of your guys' pictures. If you refresh it, it changes. You know, it only shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at a time. But if you refresh it, it'll show different members there each time. $20 membership for private lawn maintenance streams? Exactly. Joey, do you think if Habib didn't retire, he'd still be lightweight champion? Yes, I do. How much time do you spend editing your videos? It's hard to say. My computer has vastly improved the amount of time it's taken. So editing is probably the least lengthy part of the process. I would say maybe, depending on the video, 10 to 30 minutes mostly. I tuned in late. What if you already answered this? What do you think of Rose and Struck Almeida as the main event over Smith Walker? I don't really care. I mean, I think, you know, it's not the greatest anyway. It's neither one of those are the greatest main event anyway. So it doesn't really bother me too much. But it's kind of weird out of nowhere they kind of announced that. I think it's because I think it's an ABC card. And I think they want to appeal to casuals by putting a heavyweight main event on the top. I know you probably don't know. He has his Discords. You're gonna have to resend that message, Millie. I don't understand what that means. One of the benefits you can do for $10 tier is when members who can have their tier all vote on a prelim fight you can make a prediction video about. Also, I was thinking about doing for a $10 tier in the future, or even a $5 tier. I would have to decide all this. This is all up in the air for literally like a year or two from now. I would do like a once a month podcast where only members could rewatch it, where I would bring members on stream. It wouldn't be a live stream for the entire channel. It would be a live stream for members only. So members could just watch it, but members could also join and we could have a conversation. So, love the channel, Joey. Thank you. Thank you, Mustafa. Could work in MMA space too. I know you probably don't know China Mac. He adds his Discord. I don't know what that means. The Discord is already part of the membership. Why are you ignoring my comments, Joey? Is this how you treat me as a member? I haven't seen any of your comments. Where's your comment at? I thought I read them. I see why are you ignoring my comment, but that's all I say. Dude said this is how you treat me as a member. I'm scrolling up. I don't see any other comments. I see some emojis, which I appreciate. I don't see any other comment, dude. I think you thought you typed something and you didn't. Yeah, the only comments I have from you, why are you ignoring my comments? Do you pay the entire rent or split it with your wife? We have our own bank accounts, but we also have joint bank accounts that we basically figure it out where we have enough in there. It's not really one or the other paying it, to be honest. I will repost it. I don't see it anywhere in here. Yeah, they're not there. So I don't see it. And I still don't see anything. I see I will repost it, but I don't see anything else. What is it about? My comment? I don't know. I don't know. It's not coming up. So, is anyone else seeing anything? I still don't see it. Is this how you treat me as a member? Was that a joke, dude? Joe, you are the best MMA YouTuber. Keon is the second best. Okay. I'm not really sure who that is. But okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still not seeing a comment, so. Is there one active fighter you could have dinner with? Who would you choose? Verna Janaroba. You could talk MMA and BS with your friends. Yeah, you should interview Chris again after the fight. I probably will. What was the controversy with Romero versus Tim Kennedy? Please explain. Tim Kennedy almost finished Romero at the end of the second round. He's saved by the bell. And then he sat on the stool for too long. But one of the medical doctors was telling him to stay there. So it was kind of a controversy. Then he came out in the third round and finished him. And Tim Kennedy was pissed because he said, you know, basically he didn't get off the stool. It should have been over. I should have won. But I think one of the doctors was telling him to sit there for a second. They were checking something. Luke Thomas is my favorite because he's an OG, but you are my favorite coming up in strictly the YouTube space. Compared to the MMA holes and Guru, etc. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't even know. Yeah. Joey, maybe for members only video streams, you can do non-MMA stuff as well, like gaming, Wingstop, mukbang. Stop. Shut up, Jack. Shut up, you clown. Grow up. Yeah, after that comment, dude's definitely a Fed. Yeah, what's going on, Fight Predictor? You still never send another message. Has anyone else seen another message? I don't see it. I've been waiting for it. What the hell is an MMA hole? I don't know. I don't know. I've heard people referencing and talking about like some horrible MMA YouTube channel. But other than that, I really don't know, you know. You got iPhone or Android? I got iPhone 13 Pro Max. Boom. But I'm not one of these iPhone allegiance. I used to have Galaxy. Yeah, I would love to know what's going on. Dude said I'm ignoring his comments, and there's no comment. And now I'm just absolutely baffled. Joey is balling. Okay, Eric. They pretty big. A dude and his girl. Okay. Verna, yeah, Verna Jandaroba, of course. Kind of like dude Jesse. Okay. It's crazy to me that there's this whole MMA YouTube ecosystem that I never even knew existed, even as a hardcore MMA fan. Do you think Mackenzie Dern is faking her accent? No. Is the 120 hertz display on the 13 worth it? Yes. You won't see it. You won't be able to notice a difference watching like a video on YouTube. But it just feels so much faster and feels so much smoother. I couldn't go back to a 60 hertz. Josh Parisian should make an MMA channel called MMA Crack. Pair him up with him. Okay. Yeah. How much closer are we getting to a super fight between Brock and Jones since Endeavor announced? Never. Never. It's not going to happen. Please, God, don't even ask that. Who wants to see that clown shit? I certainly don't. Who is the best Brazilian fighter? Okay, I'm thinking my comments are being deleted. What are you asking, dude? Nobody else has seen them, so I don't know what's going on. I've been looking at the chat. I haven't seen it. Joey balances out all the brain cells I've lost watching Joe on Fire and MMA Guru. You're proof that it's not too late for the future. Hey, man, I'll take it as a compliment. I'll take it as a compliment. I mean, I've said a million times, and this isn't against anyone particular. I didn't enjoy anybody in the MMA YouTube space. I've never even heard of half the people you guys talk about until I started the channel. And, yeah. MMA Fight Predictor. I have posted 8 comments already, knowing them, seeing them. Has anyone seen his comments? For some reason, they're not showing for me. So, does incredible play-by-play and uses annoying sound effects and makes bass jokes that turn me off. Yeah, well then, I guess don't watch, Frank. I guess that's my best advice. Put him in the Boston Crab if you need to. Am I high right now, or is his comments not showing up? Go comment on a video, and I'll read it on a video. For some reason, your comment's not showing up. I don't know. I can't really tell you. Greetings from Dallas, Joey. It's all good, man. I was just joking around anyway. What was it about, dude? Go comment on a video. It's not coming up. Was it a link? Did it have a link or anything? Because you can't post links in the chat. But greetings from Dallas. Thank you. Greetings, Eric. How would Rod Tang do in the UFC? I don't know. I don't know what his grappling would look like. I would love to know. Dude said he posted it 8 times. He said, I'm thinking my comments are being deleted. Maybe they are. I don't know. I'm not deleting them. Which Bellator champ do you want to see in the UFC? Usman or Magomedov. For sure. Current or all time? I don't watch none of them. I'm aware they exist. Yeah, I've never heard of any of them until I started my channel. And then people mention them in the chat. I've literally watched close to 0 of any of these channels. No link, just trying to have fun. I've had a couple bad weeks. It could just been like a certain word, like flagged it on YouTube. That's the only thing I can guess. I would have loved to know what it said. After the stream, comment it on a video and let me see what it is. Go comment it on a video right now. Just go click on a random video and comment it and let me see if I see it on there. I want to know what it is. Now I'm curious. If I see it on a video, or maybe it doesn't appear there either. I don't know. Moving on. Which Bellator champ? I already read that. Let me ask you guys this. And I ask this every once in a while. What are your guys' most watched MMA YouTube channels? What MMA YouTube channels do you most watch? I did comment on the Yanez. Well, go comment what you were saying here and see if it pops up. I don't know why certain messages are popping up and others aren't. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even see your comment on the Yanez video. To be quite honest. Joey, do you like the Addies? I don't even know what that means. I texted Michael Chandler's community phone number thing, and I asked him for advice for my fight. Didn't think I was going to get a response, but he texted me saying, I don't know, but that he still loves me. Are you serious? Okay. Behind you, Lucas. Joey's my most watched channel in general. Brendan Schaub should come out of retirement at this point. Stop. You and the Weasel. MMA on point. I watch you the most, then Luke Thomas second. MK's Luke, isn't it? Anik and Florian. Most watches you and Dog and Pass, as well as Bisbank Smith podcast. I never heard of Dog and Pass. Millie, you're banned for the Brendan Schaub comment and the Anik and Florian. Yeah. I don't know what Addies is. I'm being dead serious, Joe. He did text me back. What exactly do you mean? Lucas, I really enjoy it. It's not cage fighting videos, but they're just low rent. It seems like bad quality sometimes, but bad thumbnails, but good topics are good. What are you talking about, Billy? What channel are you talking about? I'm curious. They make retro UFC pay-per-view reviews. It's really cool. Lucas steals all of Guru's takes. Okay. I hated Guru for a long time and started listening. He's pretty funny. He's playing a character. I listened to his channel and yours. Appreciate it. Joey's the only channel I'm a member of. Appreciate you, my friend. Did you ever watch other promotions like Bodog or BA MMA? Nope. MMA Joey's going to take over Guru. Okay. 287's real main event and co-main event. I think they really are what they are. What do you think of Bilal Muhammad? I personally really believe he should be. I know he doesn't bring the crowd with him, USA, but y'all know we Muslim MMA fans will go die hard for him. I think he should have gotten it. But it's unfortunate. Colby, I guess the UFC favors Colby over him. It's annoying. Joey, which subject did you enjoy the most in school? I didn't really enjoy anything in particular. But believe it or not, I was always good at writing. Like, not my handwriting, but writing, like, different things. I'm 3 minutes behind in stream, but I watch most out of all MMA channels. Ariel's second. I second that, Frank. Appreciate you, Andy. UFC's not a meritocracy. That is true. But they pretend to be half the time. Yeah, I feel like... Also, I feel like a lot of people... claim to be taking video ideas, but we're all covering MMA. Writing essays, yeah, stuff like that. Writing certain things like that, yeah. I haven't even really tried writing anything crazy in a while. Maybe I should start trying to write scripts for myself. I don't know. Of 2,000 trolls, so I'll have all his personal info leaked by fans within the next year. What makes you say that, Matt? What makes you say that? That would be scary to happen. However you spell it. Thoughts on Brendan Schaub stand-up? Never seen it. Don't care to ever see it. How much money does Francis want? There's no information on that yet. There's no information. I can't stand British accents. I can only tolerate so much bidding, even though it's not his fault. I don't want him on pay-per-views. For Bisping, yeah, I can't. Bisping's horrible. Why is Ariel so mad for the past 7 years? He's just a clown. Ariel's just a clown. He hates the UFC, and it discredits him because he complains about stuff he shouldn't be complaining about half the time. So when he has a legitimate take, it's clouded by the fact that he makes up clown shit all the time. You watching the 287 presser? Yes, probably. Bet Pereira for free money? I don't think so. I think it's throwing away money. How BKFC is not broke is beyond me. They remind me of one. Yeah, I don't think they have any money. So they say Francis won it too much. I don't think they have any money, to be quite honest. To be quite honest, I don't think they have any money. Why do you think people close to the sport, Rogan, Bisping, are the ultimate casuals? I don't know. Rogan definitely is. I don't know about Bisping per se. Is he a casual? I wouldn't necessarily call him a casual. But I think it's because they just don't care anymore. They got a job and they're just coasting through it, making some money. He's okay for interviews with certain fighters, but his takes and ranks, I hate who? Oh, Ariel. It's not about being the best in the world anymore if it's not a meritocracy. Rogan has too much money to know what to do with. He has many other interests, and he's just phoning in. Agree 100%. I've been saying that for literally since I started the channel. I used to get a lot of shit for it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on then. This comment showed up. Did you comment on a video itself? Yeah, I don't know. I don't see any comments even on videos. Fight predictor. Let me search. Hold on, let me just search your name real quick. Imagine how much they would have to pay an opponent of Ngannou and BKFC. Dude, they would die. The last comment was a day ago. You commented responding to someone that the audio seemed good. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. I can't answer it. His comments probably getting flagged by YouTube. I don't know what it is then. I would love to know, but try to give us a hint without saying, I don't know. It's some type of joke, so maybe YouTube is just picking up certain words and says it's not good. I love Rogan, but dude's checked out for years. You could only be a cool casual guy in the booth for so long. Him and Goldberg, what an air. I agree. Rogan only talks about stand-up comedy, and his fight companion is so bad nobody cares. Yeah. I mean, it's horrible. I would never even watch that to begin with. I'm only fighting Ngannou with 150-ounce gloves. Ariel's personal issues and ego clouds his talent. I would agree. I would agree. You generally could die bare knuckle boxing when you could die in any fight. It only takes one punch. One day someone's going to die in the UFC, and it's going to be horrific, and it's going to be a stain on the sport. And it will happen. It's just a matter of when will it happen. You know? And what kind of cover-up is there going to be? Are they going to try to wheel the body out of there and pretend they died outside the ring? It sucks, but it's bound to happen. Which is super unfortunate. Yeah, but the chances increased by 100%? Maybe. I don't know what the percentage would be. Dude, that's too much. Come on, calm down. We don't need all this. This is just too far right here. I'll remove that. Howdy. Ariel's nothing more than a booger-eating wrestling fan. He's a good interviewer, though. But yeah, he's a clown. He wants to turn the UFC into WWE. He wants to turn the UFC into the WWE. It's crazy how MVP was part of the 2 craziest injuries I've seen in MMA. I mean, they were both pretty nasty. The skull fracture was the craziest, though. That's worse than any, like, leg fracture. Did they ever say what the official injury of the guy that he injured was? Did they ever say what the official leg injury was? I'm curious. I would love to know. I'm going to go check out that poll again. Still roughly 70% is picking Alex Pereira. That is wild. Didn't a guy die in bare knuckle recently? I can't remember what exactly happened. There was some guy who fought in bare knuckle that did die. But I don't remember exactly what happened. Let me Google it real quick. Let me Google it really quick. Bare knuckle death. Justin Thornton. On Tuesday, medical issued a statement. Thornton was reportedly paralyzed at the loss of his 18-second knockout loss against Dillon. As of September 3rd, he was on a ventilator with a tracheotomy, an IV drip. In a statement, died from pneumonia. I don't know. It's hard to say. But that's crazy. That's crazy. BKFC fighter. Was it actually the KO that killed him? No. Damn, imagine the little amount of money that he got paid to get KO. Dude was just rushing forward, had no idea he's going to lose his life. Imagine being the guy celebrating that win. Dude was never the same again. "38 years old. Basically, the knockout caused him to kind of go downhill and eventually devastatingly sad. Devastatingly sad. Super unfortunate. I thought one dude died just from the way he fell after getting KO'd. I don't know. Why is OBS saying disconnecting? I don't know. He breaks down that MVP one. I've seen him before. The injury that MVP gave his opponent was a patella tendon rupture. Okay, did not know that. It was him landing on the mat that caused the skull fracture. What skull fracture are you talking about? Thoughts on Weidman coming back and becoming champion because he's so delusional. It's sad. Very delusional if he thinks he's going to be a champion. Just my comment taken down. I wonder what's going on there. I have no idea. There's a place where I can look at, like, flagged comments. Alexa, stop. I don't know how that just happened. Let me go see if it's in the flagged comments somehow. It's not. I don't see it. Nope. There's only like 2 comments here in flagged comments. Yeah, I don't see. I don't know what's going on. If you're having an issue with the audio, close the app and reopen it. It's a YouTube glitch. What is going on here? Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully. It could be YouTube will, if you ask for a shout out for your channel, YouTube will usually delete those comments automatically. because YouTube doesn't want people spamming that, which is crazy because they let other spam going through. Which is crazy because that message got through. I legit thought Bisping died at UFC 100. That was crazy. I actually have an autographed picture of that KO, which is crazy. It worked. Yeah, it's a YouTube glitch that's been going on. And it's super annoying, and it's driving me nuts lately. But yeah, I got a bunch of predictions out on the channel right now, guys. I honestly thought Tony might have died after the channel. Dude, I know. That was brutal. The way Michael Chandler kicked him, he punted his head off. I literally thought Tony Ferguson may die. I literally thought Tony Ferguson might die. And it was devastating to see. It was devastating to see. But what about your channel? I had a YouTube comment deleted. It was a high-speed chase. I was defending female cops. Didn't pursue an armed robbery suspect instantly today. Yeah, it happens. I mean, it's a broken robot doing that stuff. Yeah, I wish there was a good way, but the YouTube community in general is just super toxic and just posts spam and viruses and stuff like that. Imagine Tony died and Mike was just doing backflips. Yeah. And then the UFC would honor him for Black History Month again. What specifically did you ask for, Fight Predictor? I'm curious. Jones could have snapped Machida's neck if he stopped a few seconds later. He could have. May very well. Remember that crazy KO? Yeah, me too. Tony Ferguson makes me nervous. I think he will suffer in retirement. Dude, the Gaethje beating took years off his life. The Gaethje beating took years off of his life. And I think that was the beginning of the downfall. The Michael Chandler front kick was just hard to watch, to be quite honest. It was hard to watch. Devastating to watch. Jones could have snapped. Okay, read that. Johnny Walker could have died the way he fell against the cage and Jamal. Yeah, that was brutal. I'm afraid for Tony's personal life after his retirement. His brain has taken so much damage. Plus, he's an odd dude in general. So, I already don't think he's all there mentally, to be quite honest. I don't think he's all there mentally, to be quite honest. So, there's a lot of people watching the embeddeds. I wonder. I might have to go check them out. I don't know if I will, though. Tony Ferguson, Diego Sanchez need to retire, especially Diego. He's doing BKFC now, pure CT. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. I thought Ben Askren was done after the Jorge KO. He was, basically. I watched them. They're okay. Who are you talking about? Who specifically are you talking about? What's up, Sager? Would Tony ever been dominant champion if he got a title shot? No. Any dominant wrestler would have beat him. In my humble opinion. I rewatched Gaethje vs. Ferguson. Those left hooks Gaethje was landing was bad. A lot of people were picking Tony. Oh, I'm dumb. The embeddeds. A lot of people were picking Tony. I knew Gaethje was going to beat him. I was a little bit worried about the short notice. But I thought Gaethje was a much better striker and Tony's there to be hit. I was sad when I had to pick against him, too, because I was a big Tony fan. I mean, how could you not be a Tony fan? But you get the point. Thoughts on 47-year-old Tim Sylvia doing slap fighting? Disgusting. Don't want to see it. If you could book Tony's retirement fight and give him a chance at getting a last win, who would you book him against at 155? No. Claudio Puelles. I think you could beat him. Who'd you pick in Tony Olives? I picked Olives. I was a big believer in Olives early. I had a lot of great picks back then that I wish I would have had on the channel. I was confident in Olives too, and a lot of people were picking Tony in that one too. Dude, Tony, I knew from the second I seen him fight Danny Castillo back at UFC, I believe, 177. I knew since August of 2014 that Tony's grappling was horrible in a fight that he won. So think about it. You were 5 years old when I knew Tony was a bum in grappling. Tony versus Clay Guida to finish it off. Oh, God, no. I couldn't stomach Clay Guida winning. Running full speed caused fight or flight reaction. Most people don't understand that would happen in Jorge knee fight mode. Dude, I don't necessarily buy that shit. Shit just happens. Claudio, the master of leg locks, who got TKO'd by body shots from Hooker. Yes. 2014 was 9 years ago. I know. Jack was like 5 years old. Masvidal house on a bed. It looks like something out of Pablo Escobar's Colombia. I can't imagine what his house looks like, to be quite honest. Guys, do me a favor if you haven't yet liked this stream. Like the stream. If you're watching, double check and make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to end it here in a few minutes, but I will be back live for the weekly live chat tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you join me tomorrow. And I'll be live on Friday as well. Honestly, Tony didn't look that bad against Nate. Honestly, for Tony to look that bad. Yeah, he looked horrible against Nate. I was about to flip out. Masvidal looks so out of shape and embedded, does he? I haven't watched him yet. Appreciate all the streams. Thank you, Victor. How would Turner versus Fiziev play out in your opinion? Jalen has Chris Troy. Honestly, somebody's getting finished. It's 50-50. It's 50-50. But yeah, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm tired. Do me a favor. Listen, I just posted this video. And I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would go watch it all the way to the end, like it, and comment on it. It would help me quite a bit. Here's the link. I posted the link in the chat. It's Adrian Yanez versus Rob Font breakdown and prediction. Some dude's telling me I look like Khalil Roundtree. Thank you. I get that a lot. Yeah, go watch that video. Put it in the Boston Crab. Start the gaming channel. Maybe soon. I don't know. Appreciate you guys very much. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for your support. Go check out the video. Link is in the chat. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow night as well. Maybe have a video come out tomorrow night as well. Good night. Goodbye. And enjoy the rest of your night. I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Can't wait for UFC 287. But go check out the video in the chat. And goodbye.